again. This is for the final of chapter 6 to 10 of the subject Language Teaching and Learning. Language Teaching and Learning presents an engaging, teacher-student friendly guide to the fields of foreign language teaching and learning. Planning is necessary to give language learners a fair chance to succeed in their learning project. Learning objectives are to be achieved to meet the language learning goals and to address the difficulties of the learners. Planning a language program involves planning for the learning of individuals in particular settings. The planning process is supported by the writers of a context statement that identifies who the learners are, who the teacher is, and the school in which the program is to be taught, and how each of these influences the learning environment. This ensures that the program developed reflects the particular learners, their linguistic and cultural identities, and their experiences. The teacher may also identify overarching aims and students' learning outcomes to focus the unit, build on past learning, and provide links and connections across units of work with other teachers within the school. The program is needed to connect students with the learning environment. A connection to global world is a significant relation that must be planned thoroughly to develop an overall experience of learners as they progress through their language skills and learning. Another link is the locally based connection, which focuses on contextualization of concepts of learning. Personal connection, on the other hand, is to mention links above is the most common and easiest connection wherein students will be able to make with the material they are presented through their learning experiences and others. At the same time, such personal connection need to be integrated into an overall scope and sequence of learning in ways which reaffirm the connections and develop desired learning. Planning of language learning is a crucial process that helps one in developing his educational goals. There is a famous saying which says that if you are not planning to success, you are planning for failure. This means that to achieve success and effective teaching inputs, planning language learning is essential for everyone. It can be both long-term and short-term. In educational and teaching settings, there are always goals that need to be accomplished in a long-term process and a daily objectives just what a lesson do. In general, short-term teaching learning goals are referring to a daily plan which is precise, achievable, and easier to understand than a long-term goals such as unit or chapter lessons and even curriculum designs. Evaluation is not just a testing program or an administrative technique. It is not something to be resorted to at the close of the school term as a culminating activity, nor should it be viewed as an end activity to be done by the school administrators or curriculum developers. It cannot be denied that the evaluation of teaching and learning is an exceedingly complex activity. However, the efficiency of the teacher and the growth and achievement of the learner can be evaluated through the use of such devices as like checklists, rating scales, and tests of different aspects of teaching ability. Interview and questionnaires are also effective. Through the use of such devices, much valuable data may be gathered relative to many of the important aspects of teaching and learning. The effectiveness and such success of any phase of teaching technique can be demonstrated through the nature of the results obtained. From the purely methodological point of view, the measurement of effective teaching finds its great value in the possibilities and it offers for the improvement of teaching and learning. All activities of the teacher should be evaluated in the light of their adequacy to promote the democratic way of life and on how nearly the students realize the objectives of education. The importance of evaluation in teaching can be summarized as follows. The first, evaluation is important for the classroom teachers, supervisors, and administrators in directing as well as guiding, teaching, and learning. Second, it helps to measure the validity and reliability of instruction. Third, it aids in devising more effective instructional material and procedures of instruction. Fourth, it helps teachers to discover the needs of the pupils or students. Fifth, stimulates students to study. A questioning teacher creates incentives for students to learn more. Sixth, helps parents to understand student growth, interests, and potentialities. Seventh, used for enforce external standards upon the individual class or school. And eighth, helps to provide objectives, evidences for effective cooperation between parents and teachers. There are different types of tests useful in teaching, and some of these are the following: educational test, the standardized survey test, the informal or teacher-made test, the standard achievement test, standard diagnostic test, aptitude inventory, and there are a lot of more, like the intelligence test and group intelligence test for testing the IQ of the students. According to Tim Perley of 2011, when there is learning-oriented culture with effective conditions, support, and structures to enable adult professional learning, teachers and school leaders can learn and thrive together. The leadership activity found to have the greatest influence on student outcomes and leaders' promotion of and participation in teachers' professional learning and development. There are some features of an effective professional learning culture. Letter A, teachers are committed to ongoing learning and continual renewal of skills and strategy. B, collaboration with peers to develop and share pedagogical practices that raise students' outcome. Time is given for teachers to meet to learn together. C, teachers are committed to refining each other's practice through observation and feedback. Teacher here, meetings are designed to maximize teacher learning process. D, teachers get regular feedback, which is linked to a shared vision of effective teaching and their professional learning goals. E, support provided for implementation of the key ideas from the professional learning. Teachers are clear about expectations. F, professional learning opportunities are highly quality based on current research and proven to be effective. G, data is used effectively to inform goals for improvement and to track ongoing progress. Teachers are committed to applying new knowledge and skills in the classroom. H, teams of teachers and leaders explore together important questions about students' learning. I, all staff has a personal professional learning plan developed using a structured process. G, the professional learning encourages teacher and school leaders to find new solutions to important, persistent issues by challenging their assumptions about their practices. Leaders here within the school are leaders of learning, and there is a big impact for the professional learning of an individual, organization, and student outcomes of professional learning of an individual, organization, and student's outcome is considered one from the start. So from here, a holistic learning culture, teachers and school leaders will be most engaged in their own learning and improve practice when they have the opportunity to select professional learning that is relevant to the needs of the individual, the organization, and the students. According to Arnold and Frumer-Felt of 2012, sustained improvements in teachers and student learning are more likely to result if professionals actively learn from each other in a constructive and rigorous way, framed by a shared educational philosophy and strategic plan for the school. We know now that teachers can be more effective in improving outcomes for students when they are active agents in analyzing their own practice in light of professional standards and their students' progress. Thank you. That's all.